So number 1 says, write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form.
So what you want to do is find 2 points.
So we've got 2 points, don't we? We've got 1 point. We've got 2, 1. And we've got 0, 4. So I'm going to go down how many units? -3, right? And then I'm going to go right how many units? Positive 2. So my slope is -3/2. If I want to write this in slope-intercept form, that's that y equals mx plus b, right? So we've got m. What's the b value here? 4. So then I can write the equation of this line, y equals -3/2 x plus 4.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yes?
Y equals mx plus b.
Number 2. Number 2 says to graph the equation, y equals -3x plus 4.
So what you want to do is 1 equals 4.
Well, where do we begin?
At the 4.
At the 4, right? So I'm going to go to 4 on my y-axis and put a point. And then what's my slope? -3. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, and over 1 unit. And wait, pause, back up. Where did I get the 4? Because that's your b value.
Because 4 is b.
Because that's where it starts off.
That's the b value. That's our y-intercept.
Plus 4.
And we can use our slope to plot as many points as our graph will give us space for. I can even go backwards. I can go to that b, that y-intercept, and I can go up 3, but then I have to go left or right 1? Left 1. And then we can connect the dots. Number 3. Number 3 says, which equation in standard form has a graph that passes through the point -4, 2 and has a slope of 9/2?
Oh,
All right, so what am I going to do? What am I going to do to write this equation? What could I do? There's a couple of opportunities here. Well, I've got a point and a slope, right? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, well, can I use the point-slope formula? Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Like that?
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Will we have that testing? Will that be there? Or that time, right?
Yes, no, you'll have the formula chart, and the formula chart has all that on there. Good question. No, this formula is on the formula chart. So let's see, I've got x1, y1, and m. So let's plug that in. So we have y minus 2 equals 9/2 times x minus a -4. So that's a big fat plus. You're exactly right. I'm going to pause right there. Is everyone okay with me changing that minus and negative to a plus?
Does it matter if you change it or not?
No, but it looks nicer than minus and negative. Because minus and negative's redundant, right?
How do you know you're using a point slope?
Because I'm given a point and a slope, right, Preston? So that's why I chose point slope. Is that the only way to solve this problem? No. I just like this way. All right. So then I'm going to distribute 9/2 times x is 9/2 x. What's 9/2 times 4?
9/2 times 4.
Uh-huh.
That is
18. You're right. All right. So, I can add 2 to both sides, right? So now I've got y equals 9/2x plus 20. And then what?
Is that it? That's it.
Well,
Wait.
well, this matches which one?
Nothing.
Nothing yet.
You have to move something. You have to move the 20, right? You have to put it in the A.
AX plus BY equals C, right?
Yeah, that.
So, yeah, see, we want X and Y on the same side, right, ma'am?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say minus 9/2 x minus 9/2 x. So it's going to give me negative 9/2x plus y equals 20. But I have a negative a and it's a fraction, right? So what can I multiply to negative 9/2 to make it a positive whole number?
2. Wait, negative.
Negative 2, very nice. I can't just multiply one thing by negative 2. Everything has to be multiplied by negative 2, right? So what's negative 2 times negative 9/2?
it is
Positive 9. Whew, good, because that's all of the answer choices, right? And then negative 2 times y is equals negative 2 times 20, negative 40. Does that match? Hey, look, that matches C. All right. Number 4. Number 4 says a graph is shown below. Which of the following are equations represented by this graph? So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, first, what's the slope of this line? Well, we go up 2, right? Positive 2, and then right 3, positive 2/3, right? Oh, sorry. Positive 2/3, yes? So can I eliminate any answer choices?
Yes.
Which ones?
1.
1, because that's negative 3/2. That's all kinds of backwards, right? Well, let's see. 2, we don't know the slope yet. 3, we don't know the slope yet. What about 4? Positive 2/3? That is positive 2/3 is the slope, right? All right. So let's see. What else could I do?
look at your beers.
Look at my B. Very nice. So, on 2, that 2x minus 3y equals 6. I could subtract 2x from, why did that not do anything? Hold on. So I could say minus 2x from both sides. I'm going to scoot this up if that's okay. So that gives me negative 3y equals negative 2x plus 6. And then divide everything by negative 3. So that's y equals positive 2/3 x minus 2. Is that a b value negative 2? Yes?
Yeah.
And my slope's 2/3. So 2 is definitely one of them, right? So what answers can I go through and eliminate? B and D, because they don't include 2, right? All right, so I have to decide, is 3 or 4? Which one doesn't match, 3 or 4? You know what?
4.
Why don't we graph them both? So I want everyone to take out their calculators. You may not be able to see this on the video online, but you'll be able to see this here in front of me. So in your calculator, I want everyone to open a new document.
Wait, you're recording this right
Yes, I'm recording.
I mean, there's
What
software.
is that? Wait, just like our voice?
Just my voice. All right, everyone, I want you to add a graphs page in your calculator.
Yes.
Yes? Everyone has a graphs page? All right, so I want you to graph number 3. So open parentheses, x minus 2, close parentheses, open parentheses, x minus 3, close parentheses. Does that match?
I'm not there. This button won't work.
No.
I got a whole different.
Does that match? What is that?
That circle.
It's a parabola, right? So can 3 be one of my answers? No. What about 4?
Yes.
So then 4 has to be it, right?
It's 2. It's A.
So it's got to be A. So our answer has got to be A. All right. Let's take a look at number 5. All right, number 5 says, the graph shows the relationship between the number of cookies a presenter at a convention had left to give away and the number of presentations she had made. So before I even look at my answer choices, let's look at this graph a bit. I'm going to zoom in here. So, how many cookies did she start with?
She started with like 150.
0. 6.
Oh, yeah, she started with it.
She started with
180.
180 cookies, right?
I didn't see that.
How many presentations did she make? 6. Well, she made 6 before she ran out of cookies, right? All right.
But wait, so she started off with 0 with 180 cookies?
She started, so before she made any presentations, she had 180 cookies, right? And then when she had no cookies left, she had done 6 presentations. Does that make sense? All right, so now let's look at those answer choices. All right, A says the question says, what does the x-intercept of the graph represent? Okay, so my x-intercept are presentations made. Perfect. Perfect. So, which answer choice talks about the presentation she made? The A is the number of cookies she had. Nope, that's the x-intercept. Sorry, the y-intercept. B, the maximum number of cookies she could give away during a presentation. No, that's the slope. The number of presentations she made per hour. That would be the rate of the presentations, which the rate, that's not even, yeah, that's another slope and not even for this graph, right? D says the maximum number of presentations she can make before running out of cookies. D. Number 6. Oh, hold on.
Get up on my tripod. So we have to start off with
There we go. That's a little better, yes? 6 says, which graph represents negative 3x plus 5y equals negative 15?
Oh, so you can start at 5, and then you have to do the negative x. So I'm doing B.
Why B?
I said B.
Why
It
B?
could be C too, cause C.
All right. Well, here's what we should do. Here's what we should do. Let's find the x-intercept from the equation. Okay? So the x-intercept, right?
-3.
So my x-intercept,
I call it B.
remember, is going to be x comma 0. So I can plug in 0 for what?
0 for y.
What for y? Exactly. Exactly. So I'm going to say negative 3x plus 5 times 0 equals negative 15. Right?
Yep.
So negative 3x equals negative 15. So x equals
5.
5. Negative 5 or positive 5? Positive 5. So which of these answers has positive 5 as an x-intercept?
B.
See, A is negative 5.
It's B.
B is positive 5. It's the only one.
We both.
No, it's not.
It's the only one.
B. Okay, next question, guys.
Next one, you ready?
Okay.
Let's go into.
7 says, what is the 0 of the function graph below? This is where it gets fun. So a 0, I want everyone to write this down. A 0 is an x-intercept. It's also called a root, and we're going to talk more about roots later. But a 0 is also called an x-intercept. So this problem, all I have to do is look with my eyeballs. This is an eyeball problem. Where does this graph touch the x-axis? At 1.
At 1.
What? Oh.
That's it? No, the x-axis, not the y-axis.
Yeah,
The
1.
x-axis. 1, that's it. You're done.
Oh.
Yeah, I got you. You didn't say anything. Yeah, I said 1.
I said down
Or does
first,
everybody else
so,
sit down?
Now. It's not a race.
competition.
Number 8. Number 8 says the table below shows the depth. Question? Oh. Shows the depth y below water level of a fish in his tank with respect to time x. Write an equation in slope-intercept form that relates y to x. So we want that to be in that y equals mx plus b. So we need to find two things. Slope and y-intercept.
There's the 0.
Ooh, what's the 0?
Intercept.
It'd be the y. It'd be the B, right?
Which one?
B.
Negative
Could
15.
it be? B.
Because when x is 0, y is negative 15. So we found our b. What about my slope? What do we got to do?
You gotta do the 2, right?
That slope formula, right?
Yeah.
So I need 2 points. Which 2 points should I use?
2 and 9.
2 and negative 9. So I've got x1, y1. Okay, I need another one.
4 and -3.
x2, y2. All right, so I'm going to have negative 3 minus a negative 9 over 4 minus 2.
Which is positive.
It does, right? So negative 3 plus 9 is
Negative 3 plus 9 would be 6. Yeah.
6. 4 minus 2 is
2.
2. 6 divided by 2 is
3.
3. So now can I write my equation?
Yeah.
So I'm going to have y equals 3x plus negative 15.
Plus negative 15.
Or minus 15, right? Number 9. There we go. Number 9. It says a line contains the points 5, -2, and 13y, and has a slope 3/5. What is the value of y? There are several ways to do this problem.
Why can't you just say -2 for the other point?
Say it again.
Why can't you just say -2?
-2 for what?
That's a y point.
That is a y, but I want that y that goes with 13.
Do you do
Oh.
y minus y1
Can't you just?
Oh, we could.
over x2 minus x1?
Is this the only way to do this problem?
No.
No, but I think this is my favorite way.
What's
All right.
the other way?
You can write an equation and then substitute 13 and y and solve for y.
This is easier.
Could you show me that one?
If we have time. Okay? But actually, this way is a little faster. So then I've got 3/5 equals, let's say this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm going to have y minus a -2 over 13 minus 5. So then I have 3/5 equals, you got it, y plus 2 over 8. Now here's where it gets fun. Taking it back to like 7th grade, you ready? Remember when we have a proportional relationship? We can cross multiply. Oh, remember that? It's been a while.
Why did you change
I have to move this over a smidge.
y plus 2?
Ah, because what's minus a negative? A positive. All right, so then 3 times 8. Uh-huh. So I've got 24 equals, and that's 5 times y plus 2. So we have to distribute. What's 5 times y? 5y. What's 5 times 2? 10.
Nick.
I thought that was a 3.
Sorry, it's a 2. 5 times 2. Sorry, not a 3. A 2. All right. So now to solve for y, I want to move 10. So that's 14 equals 5y.
Divide.
Then divide by 5. So y equals 14 over 5. There you go.
So we have a test tomorrow?
Yes, sir. We have a test tomorrow.
Will those be up there?
Yes, and I'm also going to give you formula charts. Yes. All right, number 10 says, what is the 0 of p of x is equal to -7/8 x minus 7? Well, when we talked about a 0 before, remember what, did we have to do any math?
No.
No, we just had to look with our eyeballs, right? With an eyeball problem? Is this an eyeball problem?
No.
No, right? So what's my y value for my x-intercept? Is 0, right? So I'm going to replace p of x with 0. So I'm going to say 0 equals -7 over 8 x minus 7. And we're going to solve for x. So I'm going to add 7 to both sides. Uh-huh. And then I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, right? So 8 over 7. -8 over 7.
How would you say?
How do you?
Well, because what's 7 times 8? 56. And what's 8 times 7?
56.
And what's 56 divided by 56? Not 0. 1, right? So those cancel. Right? So we're left with x is equal to, what's -8 over 7 times 7?
Negative.
slow down. Negative what? Times what?
Use your calculator. -8 over 7 times 7.
-8.
-8.
Cause you have a brain.
Preston.
Oh, it's -8.
-8. Just remember your 7s will cancel. All right. Last problem. You ready?
Yes.
Number 11 says,
Ooh, I like these.
the table represents some points on the graph of linear function h. So right now, I can look at this. Does this make a line?
No.
Yes, it says linear function h. It's a line.
Sorry.
All right. So let's look here. Says, oh, sorry, too far up. When x is 1, h of x is 455. When x is 3, h of x is 365. When h is 6, h of x is 230. When x is 7, h of x is 185, right? So before we look at our answer choices, let's see what we can find out about this. So 1 to 3, that's +2. 3 to 6, that's +3. 6 to 7, that's +1. -90. Negative what? 135? Negative 45.
I didn't do it with the calculators.
So what's my slope?
Negative.
1.
Negative 45 over 1, right?
So what does that mean? 45?
What's my y-intercept? So right here, if I wanted to find, well, when x is 0,
Once you go back.
so if I go back 1,
Yeah.
what's back 45? So I'm going to add 45, right?
150.
So what's 455 plus
410.
455 plus 455 plus 45, because we're going backwards. 500, right?
500 something.
All right. So A says, which situation can be modeled by this function? A says the cost in dollars of buying X items that cost $45 each.
It's not 500 exactly, right?
No, it is.
Oh wait.
45 plus 55 is 100,
Oh.
plus 400 is 500.
I'm sorry.
You got it. So here, my h of x values, as x increases, what's happening to h of x? Is it increasing or decreasing?
Decrease.
Decreasing. So it can't be A, because when you buy stuff, your total cost increases, right? B, the number of miles an airplane has traveled after flying 500 miles for X hours. That's a rate, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's my rate, though?
45 negative.
Negative 45. So can it be B? No.
We see.
See, the remaining number of miles on a 455-mile trip, traveling 45 miles an hour for X hours. So there's your slope. This is your y-intercept, right? So that's where you're beginning. You have a 455 miles to go. Okay.
Oh, I like B.
Yeah, I like D too.
D,
Oh, cool.
like dog?
Yeah.
Says the amount owed in a $500 loan, so your initial amount that you owe, after paying $45 a month for X months. That one matches, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like D.
So our answer's got to be D. Oh, that's a terrible circle, Miss Ronalds. There we go. That's a little better.